back with another episode of
Wake
Your Game Up.
We're working on it. We'll get it eventually.
No, we got it just right. That's exactly how I envisioned it.
Like the drunk singing happy birthday. But hey, we do what we do, bro.
I told Kenneth before we ever even started this thing, I said, you know, it would be hella corny, but it would be hilarious if we all do this and we'll never be in sync.
Jada Plug up in here. Appreciate you, Plug. I see you in the chat, bro. Yeah, I was like, yeah, we need to get going, bro. I need to get off our ass. Appreciate you, Plug. And Jim Mo, shout out to the Icon. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Candlestick. What up, Candlestick? And Ginger Ninja. Shout out to Dennis.
What up, Denny?
What up?
Yeah, it is funny though, man. Shout out to Plug because we were literally just chopping it, and then like the Plug's comment popped up. He was like, you know what? Yeah, let's start. We hella late.
Right, exactly. Yeah, because it's we started on time before, but we especially with me, I'm a NOLA guy, so nothing starts on time in NOLA. I'm just gonna let y'all know. Y'all in NOLA, it's called the Big Easy for a reason. We take our time, damn it.
Hey,
we got a lot of folks up in here. We got Miles Peacock. Shout out to Peacock. NeonPeacockMerch.com. Y'all check it out. That's our proud sponsor of the GW. Yeah. We got a meal. What up, Emil? King D LBC. What up, King D? And what Josh.
Hey,
what up, Josh?
Shout out to King. You know what I mean? Shout out to the fella.
Yes, sir. Appreciate all y'all that popped in. Couldn't do it without y'all. So yeah, NFC North today, boys. I'm excited.
Yeah, and shout out to our man JD and the entire Heart to Start gang. JD unfortunately can't make it today. He got some family things, but you know what I'm saying? That's what makes us all real playmakers for life, is that we do what we gotta do. We prioritize things that we gotta prioritize correctly, man. Family first. Shout out to the fella.
100%. As JD likes to say, he'll be back before we know it, but yeah, he's got more important things to deal with right now, so we wish him all the best. All right, Lee, I know you had a trade question for us. You want to rip that thing off before we get to the NFC North?
Yeah, I just got this one. I got hold on. Let's see, it's in a 16-team league right here.
Uh-oh. Deep joint.
I have Josh Palmer, and I'm receiving
shout out to Carl. I'm not even gonna read his comment, but I think
I remember Carl.
Bears.
Carl's the food.
The super fans. Shout out to the Bears Nation. Yep. That's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Lee.
I got Josh Palmer. I'd be receiving a 2025 fourth rounder and a fifth rounder for Josh Palmer.
I mean,
2025 fourth and fifth.
You're in a 16 team keeper, right? And you keep 5. So 5 times 16, that's 80 players already off the board, and you're gonna give up multiple picks, and you have Josh Palmer who might be useful, especially in a deeper league like this. I'm not doing that.
Yeah, that's what I was
doing. You're acquiring the picks for Josh Palmer?
No,
you're giving up Josh Palmer for the picks, right?
Yeah,
that's what I said. You're acquiring the picks for Josh Palmer.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Okay, no, because Palmer is going to get the volume.
Was a no, hell no.
Yeah, not for a fourth and a fifth. I mean, if because 16-team leagues, I'm all familiar with how deep those things can run.
And you're already.
We're talking about a starter right there. I don't know.
Appreciate
you're
you tapping in, bro.
Starting in the 9th round. What is that 4th and 5th round pick going to be? In a normal 12 team, that would be double-digit round picks. You know what
exactly.
I mean?
Yeah, it's one of those things where in a deep thing like that, what are you going to get with those picks? Odds are nothing.
I think he's trying to get you on this. He's trying to smooth you on that one.
Yeah, I'd ask for shit, I'd counter back. You know what you want to do with that bad? I want a second and a third. You want Josh Palmer that bad? Yeah. And then maybe I'll counter back with a third and a fourth.
And I think Palmer could have a big year. He's gonna be.
Hey, Bo, that's that team I have Pittman on my bench. Remember that team, the 16 team we're talking? Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean that's what I'm saying though. A 16 teamer, just the fact that you even have a depth piece like a Michael Pittman and a Josh Palmer. Like, these are the things you need to win those type of leagues, bro. Like, depth injuries happen, so you need to have depth, and in deeper leagues, you're not just coming across depth like that. You know what I mean?
Nope.
You're starting flex. I'm pretty sure you're starting him in a flex multiple weeks.
That's what I'm saying with Michael Pittman, right? Because but he has a nice lineup. I mean, his team went to the Super Bowl last year.
What up, Marty?
What up, Marty?
Right. Yeah, I agree. If I'm you, Lee, I'm trying to repeat, bro. If you won the chipper last year, like, yeah, I would keep A-Chain. Oh, yeah, we got
I didn't get the word from. Hey, hold on, I'll be right back.
For sure, brother. Oh, yeah, we got the Homies League going on live with Clock. Shout out to Clock. And Jimmo, Matty Daddy is on the clock. Shout out Matty Daddy. Plug us in the A-Chain. Yeah, Plug wasn't too happy with his A-Chain pick. He had the 3-4 single QB, took A-Chain. I took Nico with the 3-3. Shout out to Texans, the H. Had to represent there. Sorry, Peacock. I feel like Nico was too good to pass up on there at 3-3.
So I'm gonna do some random. I just want to do something random real quick, man. I want to shout out my guy right here, man. This is my man straight out of NOLA, man. This is the homie Good-O right here.
Oh, yo, what up, bro?
Yeah,
what
man.
up? 504, stand up.
Welcome to the neighborhood.
Yeah, man. Check him out on the Instagram. Phantom of the Chakras, man. The dude. If you want, we got all kind of other isms, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, check out my guy. You know what I mean? The universe brought us together. You know what I mean? Everything happened for a reason.
Hell yeah! I'm your
100%, bro.
I'm your
faithful
skeptic.
I got it right here, bro.
And
I got the throwback joint too, signed by Ricky Jackson, bro, Saints legend.
Yeah, but yeah. So I mean, shall we? Let's pop it off. NFC North today.
Yep. You want to rip it off with the defending champs, brother? Fighting Dan Campbell.
Yeah, there it is. Go ahead, Lee. What you got us with the defending champs in the NFC North?
In the Detroit Lions are Detroit Lions. All righty. Can Detroit repeat as division champs again this year?
Yeah. Just to keep the basic for the home setup. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. I love the defense. I love the scoring opportunities that the team always finds themselves into.
Okay, man. Appreciate you.
Let me know.
I like the whole division. Don't get me wrong. I think 3 teams in this division could make the playoffs. This is my power division in all the NFL. But I do think that the Lions are the top of their. They're the big cat. You know, they're the real deal. I think the city really goes hard for Dan Campbell, like more than any other player. Like, I think the coach has rejuvenated the
fan base. Yeah, it's
like the whole attitude of that team is to win and to and like not like squeeze by.
Yeah, like they want to beat people up.
They beat motherfuckers up, bro.
People like, and I love that. That's like Detroit.
I think we got past the 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we did. Yeah, my bad. I slipped up there, but we made it. We made it past. We made it past. Yeah.
Okay, continue.
Sure.
I'm really high on the team. Amon-Ra, Laporta, Goff, and then there's like so many defensive players that like can contribute. We're talking about the defensive backs, the defensive line, the linebackers. Like, they are balanced. Jamison Williams has been a hype asset for anybody who has a Jamison Williams. Hold, don't sell.
Remember, I
have to see what is. Yeah, but you have to see the potential come to fruition. Like, everybody's been really high on this guy since he's gotten in the league, and this is his first off-season program where he's been 100% and actually involved. And we're about to see these Lions like basically repeat. They're going to be the championship. They're going to be the champions again. Green Bay and Chicago is my sleeper pick, but we'll get to them later.
Yeah, for sure.
And Minnesota, the weapons that they have, if they're 100%, that's a pretty good team as well.
Canada Marty, what up, bro?
Yeah, I really like this division.
Good, Marty.
Yo.
Yeah, I get your
value through the roof.
Yeah,
the Texans is probably the only team that I think that has like probably a competitive fantasy value with the Lions. Yeah, there's so many pieces on the on Lions fantasy wise.
You ain't lying.
Yeah, it's so many that go early in the drafts. Yep, yeah. Dan Campbell don't play, bro. Yeah, Marty brought up a good point though, Minnesota Marty, about how Ben Johnson is like the brains of the operation. Offensively for sure.
And him staying there is that's super awesome because now we're gonna get Jameson Williams in year 3. Where he actually had a complete offseason without no injury, coming off no injury or no suspension looming over his head. Like he got Laporta going into year 2. These are all pieces. St. Brown's there. These are all pieces that this regime drafted.
Right, yeah, Jameson, Jahmyr Gibbs,
Jahmyr Gibbs. Guys. Like Ben Johnson. This is all you rarely see continuity go for multiple years with the same coordinator like that, because when you have success like that, you get job offers. He actually turned down the Falcons job. I think he turned down the Commandos job.
Yeah, he did.
Shout out to him because I need everything to stay the same and maybe even get better.
Oh yeah.
If they that offense is very powerful and very. If they stay healthy, that offense is clicking on all cylinders. Look, you got St. Brown, you got Jameson, you got Gibbs. What don't you have in Detroit that can't make
Laporta,
Monty Burns, bro.
Yeah, Monty is
Monty's
value. There's so many people there,
and the offensive line. Taylor Decker, Penei Sewell, Frank Ragnar. I mean, they got all the offensive line pieces you could ask for. And then on defense, Hutch, Anzalone, they got it all. Brian Branch,
Jack Campbell.
Campbell. They got hitters, bro. And they signed what's the corner they signed? They signed a pretty good corner, and they drafted some corners because their secondary was their weakness.
They brought over Cam Sutton last year.
Carlton Davis, who they brought in this year.
That was the big one.
Yeah, they got him from the Bucks. That was big.
Yeah, he actually came into his own in the past couple years, like with Tampa. Like that dude, he could ball. And then they lost Manuel Mosley today, actually, to a pec. That's a pretty. I mean, but they did stock up on that position because
they also signed Amik Robertson.
Okay,
he's pretty good as a nickel, to where they weren't even going to count on Mosley to start.
And that's why they had Manuel Mosley playing nickel, so immediately they have a replacement. See, and this goes to show what this Dan Campbell regime's been like. Is like they managed to keep everything in place, even when like they couldn't retain the CJ Gardner-Johnson. The year prior to that, they already drafted Brian Branch. Like
Kirby Joseph. Yeah.
Kirby Joseph. Like they keep their pockets loaded. You know what I mean? They go, they went from Swift to Jamali Mall to Monty
Burns
and Gibbs. Like they're not playing, but like this is a dangerous team, and it's no coincidence why old Jared Goffel doesn't get called so Goffel around these parts anymore. Which segues to our next burning question.
Lee, where'd you go?
I'm back.
Oh, all right, good timing. Well, we got about the offense, bro. Like, we want to talk about Lions fantasy. Well, we kind of went over everything. I want to just go to the next team. I mean, I think we know what's up with Detroit. If we got one more, though, go ahead.
I got one more, and this is
all right.
This is in a nutshell. This is in a nutshell.
I can talk about the Lions for 2 hours.
With all the weapons, is Jared Goff a top 5 finisher?
Okay, there it is. I was about to say, we haven't really talked much about Goffel. In a 6-point passing touchdown, I think he could be. Not in 4-point, but 6-point. He could. I think he might throw for 35, maybe even 40 if things break right. Amon-Ra, I think, catches 10 to 12. J-Mo could catch like 8. Laporta, he had double digits last year. Gibbs will probably catch around 8. Gibbs, I think, gets about like 18 total tugs. I mean, there's a reason he's going in the first round.
I mean,
Gibbs is going to go yay.
I would say it's safe to say there's 18 touchdowns for the running back period as a floor for that backfield. Right?
Yeah, because Monty's going to probably rack up double digits.
That's what I'm saying. Like it's
crazy.
They're a
high-powered
offense. They move the ball well. I think I think you nailed it right there, Spencer. I think that's the only thing that could probably hurt Goffle is that they pounded in down there so much. Pause.
Yeah, that's why I'm gonna say no. I don't think he's top 5, especially in the 4-point. Because I mean, Goff offers rushing ability, but as a pure pocket passer, he's right there with Tua. I'm torn on how do y'all feel about Goff versus Tua? I mean, they're both
taking Goff all day.
You're taking Goff, okay?
I'm taking Tua, but
yeah, they're very close.
Tua.
I told you guys I'm gonna have a bunch of Goff Tua teams this year in redraft Superflex that are gonna fuck me in the championship.
I like Goff, but we're talking like the top 5, so we're automatically throwing Allen, Hurts, Mahomes. I throw Stroud up in the top 5. I don't know about anybody else.
All those weapons.
And then Lamar.
Lamar. Is it in his ceiling?
Maybe, like I said, maybe in the 6-point passing tug leagues, but in the 4-point, no, I don't think, because he doesn't run. Same with Tua.
Yeah, I can't see the top 5. Not if those elite quarterbacks are all clicking. They got offenses.
You need an injury. You need like a Lamar Hurts injury, or more. It's like, and we don't.
Goff is a QB1, by the way. Like I'm not knocking Goff like into the QB2 range. He's a QB1.
No, it's QB1.
Yeah, I noticed ESPN's rankings always disrespect Jared Goff.
He's
by the way, don't go by ESPN; they suck. But man, Jared Goff on their list is like QB17. I'm like, y'all smoking that bad shit, bro. That's insane.
I have him right up there with the Love Purdy's bunch. Like that's where I have Goff, and then I think the upside of Tua to me is the way that the offensive coordinator handles business.
Pretty much.
Matchup wise, it might be tough on a consistent basis, but we've seen those Dolphins already break records offensively. Like the way that their whole offense is set up is to be like game wrecking. I can't respectfully say that Goff is gonna be a higher upside play than Tua for fantasy purposes. In real life, yeah, absolutely, Goff is the guy because the offense is so
has the experience.
But that running game, like you guys have already pointed out, is like Mostert. I don't think is going to get 18 tugs.
No.
I think they're going to have to air it out.
He's 32, but he runs like a 28-year-old.
Yep, Goff. Fun fact about Goff: he was second in the league in pass attempts last season. You know who led the league in pass attempts?
Tua.
Nope, not Tua. He was where was Tua? Damn, Tua wasn't as high as I thought.
Tua was like the epitome of efficiency last year.
Yeah, he was highly efficient. Yep.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
he was ninth actually in attempts. Maybe he missed a game or something.
Okay, hold on.
No, he didn't. He was just very efficient.
Give me
pass attempts.
Yeah, pass attempts.
Oh shit!
There are only 2 players with over 600. Yeah, Dak was 4th, 590.
Okay.
Wow.
Y'all gonna laugh.
Kirk Cousins?
Oh my God! Don't tell me
he got hurt.
It's not Jordan Love.
He was on pace though.
No, yeah, Jordan Love was 6th. Yeah, Corky Kirk was going yay. That's for sure.
Yeah. Okay, lay it on me.
Ow!
What?
Sam the Wolf Howell led the NFL with 612 pass attempts.
That's crazy.
Sam the Wolf. Ow!
For a couple of games.
21 picks, bro. 21 and 21.
Yeah.
All right, man. I don't give a fuck. That shows.
Gino, step aside, Gino.
What do we call that? Adversity. He deals with adversity. He doesn't.
Yeah, he just keeps slinging it. He's a gunslinger.
Failure. He's like, bring it. Give me the fucking starting job in Seattle, and I'll show you what's up.
I hope he gets it. He'd be better than Gino. That man slings it. Ow! He was always playing from behind last year.
He can fucking run too. That's another thing that Hal has.
Yeah.
I got some rushing upside.
Wolves run.
Yeah,
that they do. He was the leader in he was a complete quarterback in North Carolina, so it makes sense that he is. The problem is he was a flawed prospect in that he was a little undersized, and it was his decision making that.
And that's why we love him. He was like a miniature white Jameis Winston.
Exactly, I'm about to say exactly. Yeah, great for fantasy, but not for real life. So
yes, and this is a fantasy show. So
Yep.
Shout out to our man, the Wolf.
Yeah,
he finished. What did he finish? QB12 last season.
He was pretty high at only the 21 tugs. Or he was right around like
he was leading the league.
With Trevor Lawrence.
Until they yanked him.
1, 2, 3 as a calendar. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So he was right outside of it. 13. Yeah.
Ooh.
I'm cool with him.
Come on, give that man a job.
Yeah, fuck you, bro.
The Wolf in there, fuck Geno Smith.
Yep. So let's y'all move on to Green Bay.
Let's do it.
All right, Lee, hit us with the burning question.
All right. Can Green Bay and Can Green Bay and Jordan Love lead them back to the historic NFC dominance again?
NFC North dominance.
Man, Detroit. I mean, we just, Detroit is still there.
That's why we put these questions.
That's why we put this dominance.
Right. Yeah. No, I'm gonna say no.
Yeah, Minnesota won it 2 years ago.
Yeah, Bears are a lot better. That division's gonna be a gauntlet. Yeah. No, I don't see them dominating.
It could be the new NFC East
where thing for a while.
A team shows up, every year and doesn't allow a repeat offender.
Yeah.
My odds are on Lions repeating, but I wouldn't be surprised to see the Bears or Green Bay, squeeze a game over them, and
that's going to be a tight division, though.
I think so. That's a tough division.
They'll cannibalize each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of like the AFC North. Both North divisions really stacked. Because it's like the Steelers and Vikings kind of remind me of each other, both with questionable QB situations, but strong defenses and good head coaches. And you got the Lions and Ravens, similar to two power teams. Then you got like the Bengals, Browns, both on the cusp of being Super Bowl contenders. Same with the Bears aren't quite there yet, but they could get there. They've got a lot of talent. So Green Bay, though, I like Green Bay from the standpoint for fantasy that like their defense is still a work in progress. And their offense is to a degree. They're a very young team. We got to remember that. So that's why I think in a couple years, I think as long as J Love stays healthy and upright, like they'll eventually be the dominant team again once Ben Johnson departs. Yeah. But like as long as Detroit's got Ben Johnson and all that, like they're gonna stay the favorite. But Green Bay definitely has the brightest future, even more so than the Bears, I'd say, because I just don't trust the Bears organization. Like over the years, like they've just been notoriously
the Bears are the Bears.
Idiots. Yeah, the Bears being the Bears. Where Green Bay, the Bears. Or Green Bay has been a very savvy organization over the years. So I'd bank on them being if we're talking next 5 years, who's gonna have the best record, I'll put my money on Green Bay.
Yeah.
I think with the addition of Josh Jacobs and actually having a run game this year, if they could, because that's what Matt LaFleur being a product of Shanahan, it is kind of crazy because being a product of Shanahan, you are able to adapt on the fly to the personnel you have. And when they didn't really have Aaron Jones in the lineup last year, they definitely were taking it to the skies because, man, Jordan Love was shredding it up. And if they got a new defensive coordinator, if they could turn that side of the ball around, I think they can come back to dominance, bro.
Yep.
I really do because, dang, here's one thing where Dan Campbell is like, how many times does he have to shoot himself in the foot? Because I think he's more self-destructive than that team is not good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the Lions are good top to bottom, but Dan Campbell with being over aggressive and then not being aggressive when he should. Like there's just certain things that I know are haunting him, and I could point out a few, but you know, what I mean, I digress.
Well, like to give Dan Campbell some credit, I mean, he got his team to the playoffs for the first time in a long time. That's a lot of pressure, especially when you got all those seats filled with Lions fans. And that's another thing that I'll give this division credit for is that every time you go to any of these games, if it's a home game, it's a home game. There's no visiting advantage at all. Like I'm from Southern California, so I grew up in San Diego, going to Chargers.
Where the Raiders, it's basically the Raiders game.
I'm now in LA, so I see the SoFi Stadium. It's whack, yo. Like the visiting team comes in and they fill the house. Like that's not happening in any of these other fucking teams.
Hey, the Packers got a top 3 traveling fan base in my opinion.
Yep, they do.
Oh yeah, Pittsburgh, Green Bay.
All of the North Division teams travel well. That's fact.
Yeah, Oakland. I keep saying Oakland. Sorry, y'all. Las Vegas.
We'll allow it.
My dad always still calls the Chargers San Diego.
Yeah. Don't do that though. Like we cut ties. Like if we're getting a team, I hope that the Spanos family actually like rebrands their team and allows the Chargers to come
ain't
back.
gonna happen. Spanos ain't gonna touch that in 2028.
He's cozy in LA, it seems like. But yeah, it's
I mean, like name them something else though. Like get rid of the Chargers brand.
I like their unis though. I hope they don't
the unis. The unis are
pretty, man.
Bolt up, bro.
They're pretty good stuff.
Yeah.
You know what's funny is like I do see a little bit but I live in Orange County, so I do kind of feel like there are more Chargers fans than Rams fans, and that's wild to me because the Rams won a Super Bowl like what?
The Rams are the ultimate. They're the ultimate bandwagon.
And they played in Anaheim Stadium
it's the
for
Hollywood
like
Rams,
30 years.
Man.
Exactly. Yeah. They don't support that team. The only teams LA supports are the Lakers and the Dodgers.
The Raiders. The Raiders.
Yeah, the Raiders do.
Yeah, Raiders is definitely heavy favorite here in LA.
I mean, man, and when I was a kid, I didn't really, I knew my Niners and stuff, and I'm pretty sure I was aware of the Raiders. But when you saw like NWA or just every rapper,
they all had the Raiders gear.
Everybody was rocking Raiders shit, and I was like,
Easy Cube,
all of them.
Hey, Bogey, give me a stat line for that young Green Bay receiving corps.
Good segue, Lee.
I don't like the Christian Watson or whatever the fuck.
He balanced out his hamstrings, man.
Yeah,
he had one hamstring that was stronger than the other.
There's too many weapons for him to be like a thing. Like
all the reports are saying Romeo Doubs is the one.
Come on.
Romeo Doubs has been the one. Did you see the playoffs?
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where, like, I feel like he's probably the least talented of the bunch, but he seems to be the most efficient as far as a guy that gets open and big target. He's probably the most complete receiver at a
He translates.
I like Wicks. I like Reed. I like what's the other guy?
I know.
The fourth guy.
Oh, Melton.
Melton. Yep.
Yeah.
And then they also
I don't like Watson though.
Malik Heath and what's the Dontavian Wicks? Like
Wicks
that's
is
one thing about Green
Wicks
Bay.
is
Green Bay knows how to diagose receivers in the draft, bro.
They sure do. Yeah,
they do.
I mean, even in with the undrafted guys, they bring in like a MVS or like you know what I mean, like.
MVS was drafted, but late.
Drafted? Okay, yeah.
Late. MVS, James Jones, Jordy Nelson. You look over the years, it's like pretty, and they all were drafted where Rodgers, like, I don't know why Rodgers
to mold them. I mean, I think Romeo Doubs was in that same him and Christian Watson. It's just they didn't have enough time to develop with Rodgers. But one thing I'll say about Romeo Doubs is like, it's what Rodgers would say about him. He'd be like, "Oh, Rome, man, he translates." Because you could have someone you practice really good every day. You practice good, and then you get into the real time, and you're shook, or whatever the case may be. You know what I mean? That not Romeo Doubs, according to Aaron Rodgers. You know what I mean? So that was always something. This is why you might catch something just watching some random shit, right? Like, and he said this on McAfee. You know what I mean? I was like, oh shit, okay, duly noted. And then, like you see in the preseason, even though it wasn't Aaron Rodgers his last year with them, it was Jordan Love. Jordan Love had the connection with Romeo Doubs. Granted, preseason, but when Romeo Doubs, what did we hear all offseason last year? You know what I mean? Romeo Doubs is his number one guy. He just goes to Romeo Doubs.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? When that back shoulder fade, that used to be the signature right there down in the red zone to Adams from Rodgers. They were doing that with Doubs. You know what I mean?
Yeah, if Rodgers would have stayed, like it looks like Dobbs probably would have been the guy, and then Christian Watson. Yeah, I think Watson could eventually. Yeah, Will Fuller went on the field, was pretty damn good. He just was always hurt. So yeah, I don't know.
He had small hands.
Yeah, I think Watson's better than that. I think Watson could eventually be like a pretty good flex. It's kind of like Jameson. He's a guy that if things break right, he'd be a steady flex, but he'll probably never see the volume, never be like an elite fantasy asset because he's kind of just a vertical threat and not a whole lot else because they have Jaden Reed and Romeo Doubs to do the other stuff. They can kind of just use Watson as their
keep the defenses honest. Take the top off the defenses. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so Watson.
And they got two tight ends.
Yeah.
Yep, Musgrave. Kraft's coming off an injury. Not sure when he'll be back. But yeah, Musgrave was a guy that he wasn't anything great, but he was like, if you're in a very deep league, he was kind of a floor guy. I'd usually catch like 6 for 50,
Yeah. So I think, okay, here's my stat line. If there's a full season, I think a full season for all three of those guys, right? I'll put 1,100 for Jaden Reed through the air, and he might get his little 100 or a couple hundred on the ground, right?
Yeah.
Then I'll give Romeo Doubs. This is ceiling shit, mind you. I'm a Romeo Doubs guy. I'll give him 1,300 yards, bro.
What up, Tino?
I'll give him 1,300 yards, and then I'll go ahead and give Christian Watson something around like 650 to 700.
Mm-hmm. Like, his ceiling is definitely higher than that.
But I don't think. Okay, even if how about this? Yeah, he is gonna have the bigger ADOT. So let's give him about I'll give him about 850 to 9 then.
He might only catch like 40 or 50. He won't catch many.
I was going generous. I was going to give him 60.
He's going to rack up yards if him and Jay Love are connecting and he can stay healthy. Shit, he could crack 1,000 out, but he's just been hurt a lot.
Maybe I'm going to say everyone healthy, but Christian Watson, he missed about like 4 games.
Yeah, this had not had a good health history, but yeah, we'll see how it plays out. Jordan Love, though, they talk about Goff having top 5 potential. Y'all see Love being a top 5 QB.
Ooh.
I see him in the same range as Goff, like him, Purdy. I think they kind of like.
I don't know, man. He
played to the outside.
Did he not lead the league in touchdown passes last year?
Oh yeah.
Didn't he lead the league? I mean, it was a
down. Who did? Yeah, we were looking at all the other passes. It was a Daiquiri. Daiquiri had 36, and Love was second with 32.
Okay.
Yeah, you could throw Dak in the same conversation with those three.
I'd put Dak above them. I think Dak has separated himself into that. Yeah. To me, I'd put Dak in the tier with Stroud and.
I don't.
Here we go.
I like Purdy. Purdy, man, come on. I know he's a high-powered offense, too, and they got a lot of weapons. I don't think it's a given that Ayuk is going anywhere. He could go, hey, I'm from California. I've been playing on this team. They give me the best opportunity to get to the Super Bowl. I will take the discount.
You guys want to hear my thoughts here?
And then maybe, they rework it, and he doesn't have to go.
I kind of think Ayuk stays.
Or Pittsburgh.
Here's the thing.
Make an extra $3 million or whatever the fuck.
I agree. I see him staying. Honestly,
I had to talk to my main man, $100,000. Shout out to Diamond Joe. You know what I mean, fellow Niner gang. And I told him when it came to the Pittsburgh stuff, I said we're gonna price it up so much that they're gonna really have to overpay because I don't see us winning a trade with them unless we price it up so much that they stay away from it. Boom, that's what they said they did. They're like, okay, we couldn't come to terms, so we're bowing out, right? The Steelers ain't trying to fuck with it. So now it's up to the Browns and the Patriots, and they put it on Brandon Ayuk. So this is funny, because now it's like, all right, Ayuk, you want to go to the Browns? or the Patriots?
Yeah,
Yeah,
right?
I'm like, I think he
I'm a
stays,
California
bro.
boy, man. I don't want to go
He's
to
gonna
no
stay. He
fucking
ain't
I'm
gonna want
just
to go
saying.
to those
Cleveland or
spots.
Cleveland. What the fuck?
Yeah, they have to work with
Those
either
are outdoor
rookie
stadiums
or
in the wintertime. Fuck
yep,
that.
I mean, do
yep.
you want? And is it about the money? Because he's still gonna
Right?
make
We'll
I mean,
14
see.
like,
million.
what's $3 million
Yeah, we'll
Making
when
see.
you're
14
making
million.
that
Well,
much
yeah,
money?
that's the $1 million question right there. Is it the money or do I want to win?
But I think after talking to my man Diamond Joe, because those were his thoughts about, look, we're making the option so ugly, and I'm like, he might just stay on. He's like, yeah.
Exactly. That's why I think he stays because I don't see either of those options being appealing enough
If he
for him
wants
to
to
dip.
win, he stays. If he
Yep. If
wants
he
the
wants the
bag,
money,
he
he
goes.
goes.
What's
Yep.
up with
And
the
the
Otani
Browns
hate? I
actually
know
give him
that's
a
a whole
shot.
different sport, but I don't understand how anybody
They
ever
just,
could
they
hate
just
on
jealous.
Otani.
They gotta just be jealous because yeah, he's as humble as they come as far as a
I love
superstar.
Otani, man. That's like the
It's
best
just
thing baseball has had going for them in
Is he the
years.
richest right now? He the most paid right now?
Oh, hell
yeah,
yeah.
the Dodgers
Yeah,
paid
'cause
him. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
because
He's
they
making
brought
more
him
money
over
than
from what?
any
From Philly?
athlete.
Where'd he come from? Philly?
No,
Oh
he came
no,
from
the LA
Anaheim, but he
Angels.
came from Japan.
Angels. There you go. I don't
He's
know
a
baseball.
Japanese cat.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you're
He barely
excused. You're
speaks
excused.
English.
It was the red
Damn.
team. It was the red team.
Derek saying Ayuk is out of there. He wants the bag. Don't care
He's
about
gonna
winning.
get the bag from San Francisco. He's got $26 million on the table from them.
Yeah,
For
it's
real.
26 to 28. I think they're offering her.
Come
You know
on,
what they should
man.
do? This is what they should do. They should be like, here's
What up,
26.
G6? He's
What
a
up,
new
Yo.
new
Welcome.
watch and
You're gonna-
appreciate you,
Welcome.
bro.
Yeah, man. Welcome,
You're
man. Be
gonna
sure to
be a
step up.
repeat offender. Don't worry, G6.
Yeah, we'll
Thanks
talk.
for the shout out.
Yeah, we talking plenty of fantasy here. We're about to move on to the Bears next, but yeah, any final thoughts about Green Bay?
I like Josh Jacobs
I like
like
him.
a mug. If
Yeah.
same thing, if he stays upright the whole season, that guy he could finish. He could be a top 5 finisher because he's gonna get targets. He's gonna be a 3-down guy. I know there's the Malcolm Lloyd people hype or whatever, but I'm just saying, man, they brought him over to give him all the load.
We got
help them.
Marshawn Lloyd. Yeah, Marshawn Lloyd is going to be a piece if Josh
Yeah,
Jacobs
for sure.
gets a little bit tired or injured or something. We've
I
got
am
depth a
an
little
advocate
bit.
for handcuffing.
But Jacobs is probably
Malcolm Lloyd's
as
a
close
cheap
to a
handcuff.
workhorse in that division. To me, anyways, like if there's one workhorse running back in that division, it's probably Josh Jacobs in Green Bay.
For sure.
Like because you're not going to take carries away from Monty, and then I don't know what the fuck's going on in Chicago. We haven't figured that one out yet.
Yeah, well,
And
Yeah,
then
let's
Aaron
segue.
Jones. Aaron Jones is good for like 4 or 5 games on the injury list.
Oh yeah,
so
we can't count on that. Yep,
Yeah, that's true.
facts.
So Josh Jacobs is probably your best bet in running backs in the NFC North.
For real.
That's a smash play for me.
Yep.
Yeah, well, I mean Gibbs though. With Gibbs is having that all around ability. I know he's going a lot higher than Jacobs, but he's definitely the one as far as he's gonna finish with the most points in a PPR.
Well, they're talking about 60-40 types of splits.
Yeah.
Like Josh Jacobs is going to get like a 90-10 split. Like he's going to get breathers. Like he's not going to get rotated out. He's going to get a guy to come in, help him get his like breath, and then he's going to be back out there.
Yeah, I was higher on Jacobs, but I've kind of soured on him because I'm liking this Marshawn Lloyd kid. I'm thinking, and plus, over the
He's
years,
looking
Matt
though.
LaFleur has always run a committee backfield, so I
Yep.
don't see
But he
Jacobs.
get-
I
but he
think
gets
at
70% to
the
one
best
guy.
hope for
That's kind of
Jacobs
not the true story
is
though.
70-30, I'd say, would be the best. I
Yeah.
don't see 90-10.
That's 70% is a workhorse. Give it to
But
him.
That's
yeah,
a
I mean, for
workhorse,
today's
yeah.
NFL, that ain't bad. So I think Jacobs is a sneaky play in like the 3rd round.
Yeah, I was mad that he just went in that 3rd round.
Yeah, in the
that draft.
Homies League, it has a big running back run started by Plugga. Shout out to Plugga. He went A-Chain, then Jacobs went, selected by Gary Barnage. Shout out to former NFL tight end Gary Barnage. And then Sergio Mix-a-Lot at the 3-6 by 7 o'clock, and then James Cook at the 3-7 by Matty.
Where Gary?
Oh, you're on the
Barnes
clock,
in your
Bogey. Breaking news. Stephon Diggs. JD
That's
just
tight.
put Stephon Diggs at the 3. Yeah, Big Gary's in the league.
Shout out to Gary Barnett.
Yeah,
man.
Gary
He was the
Barnett.
tight end one.
Yeah, come on, man. Hey, I got mad love for Gary Barnage,
Yeah.
Ben Watson, Kobe Fleener. Like, bro, when you're a screaming tight end guy, you might find some jam.
I love a tight end.
Austin Hooper,
That's
but a couple. That's
That's
how
a
I found
football
Mark
player.
Andrews.
That's a
That's how I
football
found
player
Darren Waller.
position.
All these guys
Yeah,
were going
yeah.
before they were guys. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, like Laporta last year as a rookie, freaking league winner. That's what helped me win that 32-man league.
Man, that was Steamboat after we drafted last year.
I would have crushed you in that.
The
final
waivers
week, by
went
the way.
open. Check this out. The waivers open. No one drafted Laporta.
There's so many weeks where I didn't score less than 200. Like, I can't believe that I got squeezed out of the fucking second round.
I'm glad you did, because you probably had the best overall team in that league, but it's the fantasy guys. I squeaked into the finals. I had to get it on a stat correction. So you got to get it how you get it, bro.
I outscored everybody by hundreds of points in that league.
I feel your pain. I've had leagues where I've dominated and not won the chip.
Morning,
it's just nature of the beast. But yeah, JD just went Diggs there, and you're on OTC bogey 3-9. I could pull that joint up so the listeners could
I'm aware of what's going on. I'm
okay.
On my phone.
Yeah, I'll just go. Let me hide my cue before I pull it up. Let me pull it up real quick before we get to the Bears.
All right. How?
I think I might pull the trigger here on some. I might do it.
Live picking coming from Bogey.
Well,
no, this is redraft. This is a redraft.
I gotta jump off and do
Okay.
it. I'm on my phone right now, so I'd have to jump off and do it. But yeah, I can't do it. I'm just trying to think. I might. Ooh.
Yeah, it's a slow draft, so no rush. But yeah.
Well, okay, yeah. I'll put a little more thought into it, because then I could jump off and you could put it on live and you guys see. You guys can react to it. Because I think I might do something in a single QB.
Okay.
Hey kid, I got one for you. How early does the offensive coordinator Shane Waldron unleash Caleb Williams and that aerial attack?
Well, the running game right now is probably the biggest question mark in Chicago. Mm-hmm. So I expect it to just be out there right off the bat.
Right off the bat. So that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, I don't think there's any training wheels for Caleb.
Nope.
The way that the prospect status is that he's the most NFL ready quarterback in the last fucking 10 years or whatever.
15 years,
right?
Yeah.
And then they gave him weapons. We got DJ Moore, we got Keenan Allen, we got this Rome Odunze. He's gonna have to make a name for himself, but he's got a lot of he's got a lot of credential. We'll say that he passed the prolific wide receiver YouTuber who does the grading on their routes and their efficiency.
Yeah, shout out to Matt Harmon.
Matt Harmon. Yeah. Matt Harmon.
Romo Dunze definitely smashes all. He's red.
Matt Harmon.
He's green all across his chart.
And he's usually pretty consistently right on his takes.
Yeah, he hits on these things. Yeah,
he's a good source. Like, shout out to Matt Harmon. I don't know you. I've never talked to you. I don't.
Yeah, shout out to Matt Harmon.
No affiliation, but
I've done a couple pieces of content with him over my time. Matt Harmon's awesome.
Yeah, what is it called? The reception perception, right?
Reception perception.
Yeah. Odunze smashes everything, and I still have a lot of confidence in Keenan Allen. Age doesn't matter with that type of receiver, because he's a savvy route runner. When you talk about Keenan Allen, I've watched tons of games of. I'm from Southern California, so every weekend I'm watching Chargers games.
Yeah.
And for my experience, Keenan Allen is one of the most like wide open receivers I've ever seen in my life, and I don't think that's ever gone away. You could statistically say that last season that he had, I know we're talking about Herbert over Caleb, but he had probably one of his best seasons.
Yeah, he did.
He did. Age 31.
Yeah, he did.
So age 32, I'm not afraid of. DJ Moore is definitely a really good receiver, and that's why earlier in the show I had a dark horse Chicago Bears playoff prediction, and
I think they can.
I could definitely see them making it because Keenan Allen, DJ Moore, Roma Dunze, however they figure out their running back situation. I know that they have a plethora of capable backs. Swift is not my favorite back. Herbert is my favorite back. And then you got Roshan Johnson. He's another back.
Just let Josh Allen, Stroud goes. Man, this thing's getting wild.
Let's go.
I think the Bear, Cole Kmet, and then the defense. You've got linebackers who are great. You've got defensive backs that are great. You've got defensive line that is pretty potent. The only thing that's kind of like a question mark is their offensive line. If we were going to evaluate the offensive line of the Chicago Bears, they're probably middle of the pack. So that's why having a guy like Caleb is great for that team because he's not a pocket presence. He's make things happen. And as far as I've kind of evaluated through the film that I've watched, is that he can create a play because he's not gonna take a sack like Justin Fields did. He knows how to he knows how to get out and try and not run for a first down. But
he is extending the play.
He's elusive.
Yeah.
He's not just like really fast and break away and try and take a shot when there is no shot. I think he's a little bit of a smarter football player than Justin Fields. But Pittsburgh, like, be happy you got fucking Justin Fields right now because
for real,
man, like the price that you had to pay to get him is
they stole
extraordinary low.
They physically stole him.
You didn't have to pay for Russ Wilson. You didn't have to pay for Justin Fields, and you ended up winning on the Justin Fields take.
That's the cheapest quarterback room in the league right there.
Yeah, right there. And having Russ Wilson as a backup is
insane. It's insane.
Yeah, it's like Pittsburgh. Good on you, man. You guys did a great job this offseason on the quarterback. Yeah. But Chicago Bears, you didn't have any choice. I understand, like, because you didn't want to have a quarterback controversy, right? You didn't want to have the young guy that you spent to get the first overall pick to have a legit competition and then have the locker room, because the locker room was kind of supportive of Fields. So to have Fields there, the whole team might have not been receptive to the idea of, okay, just give the team to Caleb, because I think a lot of that team was ready to go to war with Justin Fields.
That Carolina-Chicago trade last year may turn around that franchise in a couple of years.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely could if Caleb hits his ceiling. It's interesting, but yeah, let's move on now to the Minnesota Vikings, our last team to cover. I know we got some Vikings fans in the chat here, so let's cover them before we close out. You got the burning question, Lee?
Yeah, the Vikings are 2 seasons removed from being NFC champs. Can they make a run in 24?
Nah, QB situation sucks, but
yeah,
I'm about out of gas, so I'll let y'all take it.
Yeah, they got JJ.
Am I on? Yeah.
That's a good one.
Okay, so my take on the Minnesota Vikings is Justin Jefferson is the best wide receiver in the game. So you have that going for you, and then Aaron Donald.
Yeah, Aaron Jones.
Yeah, he to me is a asset that you can rely on if they do choose to rock with the JJ McCarthy. Like they could just run the ball.
Exactly.
And Sam Darnold, I hope he doesn't win this fucking preseason. I really don't for your guys' sake, because Sam Darnold doesn't take teams to
the promised land.
Yeah, it's like teams with Sam Darnold don't win. No. So you better hope that the rookie shows out and can outright earn that week one start. I wouldn't be afraid to throw him into the fire like
week 3.
You don't not every situation is gonna be a Patrick Mahomes situation where they're able to sit or Jordan Love actually, like that's probably a more relevant because Jordan Love, we were talking about him earlier. He sat the bench for 3 seasons and then 2 or 3, and now look at him, he's making all sorts of money because of the success that he had. JJ McCarthy, he's not ready. I out of his camp, I'm hearing only positive things with JJ McCarthy. So cross your fingers, Minnesota, that like he actually wins that battle and then Darnold doesn't start for your team, because if Darnold starts for your team, you guys are the odd man out in this division, and like you're not gonna get to the playoffs. The other 3 though, they definitely have the opportunity. Like, but you guys, you have a foundation. You have the 2 receivers. Addison, he gets into trouble every offseason. Let's clean that up. Come on, man, Jordan Addison. Stop coming to Southern California. Like, spend your time in fucking Minnesota and stop hanging out with your homie. Like who fucking cares if you're not seeing them on the off season? Like, spend time, learn your community, get to know it, love it. Just stay out of trouble as best as you can.
Yeah, right.
And then Justin Jefferson, I'm already convinced like he's the best receiver in the NFL.
Oh, he hands down, he's the best receiver in the game. But
CeeDee Lamb has a case, but the consistency Jefferson brings, I don't think that the fall off is going to be as drastic as some other fantasy owners might have, because Kirk Cousins is a good quarterback, but I think that Jefferson brings a little extra to the table, and I don't think that he's gonna not be targeted. I don't think he's gonna not have a success rate. He finds a way to get open, and then if you miss the tackle, he's gonna get an extra 10, 15 yards. Like, that's just how you see his game. The yardages, total yardages, total catches, touchdowns, all of that there is still available for Justin Jefferson, no matter what quarterback is slinging it. And hopefully it's JJ McCarthy, like I said, for obvious reasons, because Sam Darnold is not a winner. And JJ McCarthy, he's
all signs are pointing as Addison getting a 3-game suspension too.
Yeah, and like I said, he just needs to learn his new community. Stay out of SoCal. You don't need to come home for the off season anymore. No. Like, stay in Minnesota, hang out, and learn your new community. And if you need to fucking hang out with the homeboy, fucking
hang out in Minnesota.
Fuck it. Like, I don't get the reason why you need to come home. Like, you got money now. Fly him out.
Exactly same thing here in Texas. He came home and look what he did. You know.
Yeah, don't go home. Like when you're young and dumb and you don't have that self-control. Like if you're not rocking a Rolls Royce and you're rocking these like fast ass cars, you need to just stay home and chill.
Exactly.
Like, because you already got your priorities fucked up.
Yeah,
like,
2 years in a row.
Riding in style, comfortable, driving easy, not fucking adrenaline junkie, fucking going 150 miles an hour anymore. That shit's fucking played out. Nobody gives a fuck. Teslas, they only cost $35,000. They can fucking smoke a fucking V12. Who gives a fuck?
Yep.
Didn't he have a Rolls Royce?
Yeah.
No, he got caught in a Corvette, I think.
Rasheed got caught in the Corvette, and then Addison got caught in the Rolls Royce.
Oh, it was a Rolls Royce.
And then I think he was smashing in like a
God
Lambo.
Damn it.
I think he was smashing in the Lambo last year when he
That's such a nice ride, dude. You just need to cruise.
But
Like,
that's the thing, though, is he was drunk in the he was drunk in the driver's seat, pulled over, or I don't think he was pulled over. I think he was stopped like in the middle of the street, like on the highway.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's dangerous. In California, that's a DUI.
Exactly.
Yeah. Like he doesn't really have a case against this one, if you ask me, unless like he got the ultimate top of the line Jewish lawyers. You know what I mean? They're the best. I'm just saying. You know what I mean?
Now they read with high proficiency.
Hey, kid, with Darnold and McCarthy, does that sustain fantasy production for JJ, Addison, and co? I mean, what do you think? I mean, depends on what McCarthy starts. I mean, they say he's.
I think JJ is fine.
I think
he's definitely gonna continue the first one. He's gonna warrant the first round pick.
Exactly.
And if you can get him early in the second round, you struck gold, because he's probably gonna outproduce that ADP. And that's happened. I've been able to get Addison in the second round early, and I'm not Addison. I'm sorry, Jefferson. Jefferson. Yeah, I've gotten JJ that late, and Addison, he falls. Like, you can get him like
in the 10th round.
You want to pull the trigger, go ahead and do it. I'm not as eager to pull the trigger on Addison. If anything, you can get the tight end a lot later than normal. Yeah, Hawkinson.
Yeah,
because of his up in the air injury status. He's still probably top 6 when healthy, and you can get him double-digit rounds, like way later than Ingram, way later than.
Oh yeah, for sure. They're not expecting him back until week 10, I believe.
Okay, if that's the case, then yeah, I would pull the trigger. Like, if you had the opportunity to, like, if you're questionable, and then you got Hawkinson still sitting there, then I would probably grab Hawkinson.
Oh yeah,
but
sure.
The only guys that I'm targeting is Jefferson and Hawkinson super late because of the value to me. Like, he's quality enough to come and actually be productive for your fantasy team in the playoffs, and that's when it matters the most.
Yeah, hell yeah. And with that said too, you know what I mean? There is value to be had in Minnesota this year. I hope that those QBs can sustain some production out of more importantly, Justin Jefferson, for all of us that have Justin Jefferson shares. But yeah, we're definitely gonna wrap this one up. You know what I'm saying? Because I actually got to attend to something immediately right now, and I know Spencer, he already checked out because he's not feeling too hot. Yeah. So you know what I'm saying? We're get some closing thoughts here for me, just to wrap up Minnesota, I think if McCarthy is that dude, they're a year away from being back into the dark horse conversation, a wild card, and maybe even a conversation for that division. I mean, because Brian Flores over there with that defense, and the mixture of youngsters and veterans as Brian Flores would do. I think they can do their thing. But yeah, so Lee, man, appreciate you. You know what I mean? Lee always killing it with the burning questions. You know what I mean? He's our ear to the streets. Our man Kidda, man, you killed it today. You know what I'm saying? You got to get a little bit more spotlight today. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad we got to spotlight a little bit more Kidda this morning because he definitely got the isms. You know what I mean? And you already know me, Bogart Scott-free. Shout out to our man Spencer Guru.
Yeah, Spencer, take care. You get yourself better, my friend.
Yeah, man.
Shout out to Peacock. Shout out to Puccini. Can't wait to get you guys back on. And
shout out to Miles Peacock. And everybody make sure you check out neonpeacockmerch.com. Get all that fresh drip. I'm telling you, he can't miss. Hey, let's go.
All right, boys. I'll tap in with you later.